be doing a very important theorem, what we call is the Bernoulli's theorems. Okay, now Bernoulli's theorem states that sum of pressure energy kinetic energy and potential energy per unit mass is always constant for ideal fluid. What is ideal fluid? It should be incompressible and non-viscous. Okay, and should have streamline flow. So I will read the lines again. It states that the sum of pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy per unit mass is always constant, and it is meant for the ideal fluid. Incompressible means the density should be constant throughout the flow, and non-viscous, it should not having a viscosity property, and it should be streamlined. In the last class I have already made you understand what is streamline flow. Okay, so what exactly, if we just include, we have the pressure energy plus kinetic energy plus potential energy, this whole divided by mass is equals to constant. Or we can write P by rho plus half rho V square plus GH is equals to constant. Okay, so we have got this. P is the pressure, rho is the density, V is the velocity, G is acceleration due to gravity, and H is the height. Now in order to understand more, let us just draw a diagram. We have taken this point as A, this point as B, and this is what we have taken as H2 as the height, and we have taken this as the height as equals to H1. Okay, here the area of cross section is A1 and V1, area of cross section is A2, V2, and the liquid is flowing in this way. The area is not same, area is different. If you remember the last class we are done with the equation of continuity, and we infer here the area of cross section is more, so A1 is greater than A2, so V1 is less than V2. Because here the area of cross section is more, so velocity will be less, and area of cross section less, velocity more. So in this case potential energy is here is minimum, kinetic energy is minimum, but here the potential energy plus kinetic energy is more, it is maximum as compared to this point A and B. Now let us first do with the pressure energy. In order to understand pressure energy, suppose if we have taken here this point pressure as P1 and here the pressure is P2. Okay, now we have the formula, the work done. If we just have the work done formula, the work done is equals to what? If I take work done per second on the fluid at A, we are taking this position A. Work done is equals to force into displacement. Okay, force into displacement, provided they are in the same direction. Okay, now force we can easily write as pressure is equals to force by area. So pressure into area, P1 A1 is giving you what? Force. Or displacement, velocity V1 is equals to displacement by time. We have time taken as 1 second, so velocity displacement is V1. So we have got this relation for the work done per second on the fluid at A. Similarly, work done per second on the fluid at B will be same, it will be P2 A2 V2, right? So we have got this. So if we are looking for the net work done by on the fluid due to pressure energy, by pressure energy. We can easily write this as P1 W is equals to P1 A1 V1 minus P2 A2 V2. Now, if you must have seen in the last class of equation of continuity, we had the relation A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2 is equals to m by rho. That was the m is the mass, rho is the density. So we had derived this condition from the equation of continuity. You are coming this equation from, this is from equation of continuity. Okay, so what we are getting, P1 minus P2, both m by rho, so I can take m by rho as constant, and this is W, we make it equation 1. Okay, now next what we need to find out, increase in potential energy. Increase in potential energy will be what? Height is more, it's this point, and less, so it is mgh2 minus mgh1. mgh2 minus mgh1. Similarly, increase in kinetic energy is equals to half. We have seen here the velocity is less, here the velocity is more, so it is half m v2 square minus half m v1 square. Okay, so we have got this condition. Now we have got work done on the conservation of energy, work done by the pressure energy is equals to total increase in kinetic energy. So what we are getting up, this is work done. If we take this is the work done, P1 m by rho minus P2 m by rho, this is we got for this, and here is equal to what we are getting, we are getting increase, so this is mgh2 minus mgh1 plus half m v2 square plus minus half m v1 square. So m is common throughout, let us ignore m. P1 by rho minus P2 by rho is equals to gh2 minus gh1 plus half v1 square minus half m is gone, v1 square. Now let us arrange all the 1 terms in this side and 2 terms on this side. So P1 by rho plus half v1 square plus gh1 is equals to P2 by rho plus gh2 plus half, this is half v2 square, half v2 square. Okay, or we have already got, or we can write P by rho plus half v square plus gh is equals to constant, or we can write this as P plus half rho v square plus rho gh is equals to constant. So we have got this equation as the Bernoulli's equation. This is called Bernoulli's equation. Here we have got P, if you get to see P by rho g is known as pressure head. V squared by 2g is called velocity head, and h is gravitational head. I hope you have understood this. Okay, thank you for watching. So what we have proved sum of pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy per unit mass for an ideal fluid. What we are calling ideal fluid, it should be incompressible, density should be constant throughout, it should be non-viscous and should have a streamline flow. So we have taken this sort of things. Here the kinetic energy is increasing, potential energy is increasing, and the pressure energy is calculated by simple force into displacement. So P1 A1 V1, and for B point it is P2 A2 V2. So net work done is the difference of the two, and from the equation of continuity we are getting A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2 m by rho. We substituted here and we found out the net increase in the kinetic energy and the potential energy, and from the law of conservation of energy, work done by the pressure energy is the total increase in kinetic energy. Taken everything and put this as equals, and finally we are getting up this equation. Thank you for watching. I hope you must have understood this point. This is a very important, and there is lots next class we are going to do the applications of the Bernoulli's theorem.